Calling Generation Jones. If you, like me, were born between 1954 and 1965, which I believe is called the Generation Jones era, welcome. I'm calling on you for a little help. If you are someone who grew up watching those classic sitcoms in the afternoon, repeats of I Dream of Jeannie, I Love Lucy, Bewitched, going into the Brady Bunch era, all of those shows, if you were watching those and imagining yourself in some of those random sitcom um, escapades, I guess you might say, then I hope you'll join me on this quest because I'm obviously a big fan of all those shows. I was such a fan of I Dream of Jeannie and Tony Nelson that I actually married my own version. He was a non-commissioned officer and not an astronaut, but did spend time in the United States Air Force. And when I first saw him in uniform, oh. Now, I don't compare myself to Jeannie. I would actually say our marriage would be a combination of Tony Nelson and Samantha Stevens, because I've always associated myself more with the suburban housewife that Samantha was trying to be. And I've always thought that maybe I bore a slight resemblance to her, as you might see from this younger photo of myself. So, what happens if Tony Nelson, instead of marrying Jeannie, marries Samantha Stevens? What kind of crazy show would that be? Oh, now, not to say that I'm not a fan of Barbara Eden, because definitely I I wish I was more like Jeannie, but I always felt myself more like Samantha, and I was a really big fan of Elizabeth Montgomery. Also, I mentioned the Brady Bunch, and one of the reasons I'm calling on you is if you remember the classic episode where the Bradys did the amateur hour because they were trying to do something for the family. I've entered my husband and I in a popularity contest of sorts, America's favorite couple, and we have been trying to get votes. We're currently in seventh place, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess they're going by specific groups. I don't know how many groups are in the country. I'm not sure how the whole thing plays out. But like I said, we're in seventh place. Now, the Bradys obviously would have had something fun happen that would shoot them to the top and they would win the competition because that's what happened in sitcoms. You always wanted your favorite characters to win out over everybody else. And I don't know how much of a chance my husband and I would have of winning a competition on a national level, but I'm hoping that my fellow Generation Jones members will take pity on us and maybe cast a vote or two. You can actually vote daily, and I'll put the web address down in the description. You can vote for free one time daily, and you can also earn extra votes by donating to two charities. It's the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank and Oceana. They're two very worthwhile charities. And apparently, if you donate, friends of ours who are in the local area and also competing, got to second place by having three people donate $10 each. So apparently, it doesn't take a lot. I think a $10 donation buys 10 votes. Now, my husband and I cannot buy our own votes. We can vote for ourselves, and we have been doing so. And we hope, well, we know others have been voting for us. We also know that someone did pay for votes because part of the issue is that the contest uses Facebook to verify someone who is casting a free vote, and not everyone wants to use Facebook. So a friend of ours who voted for us very kindly, since she does not use Facebook, she bought votes, and we really appreciate that. So I'm just trying to do something a little fun here. I really have no expectations of winning, but in the spirit of those classic sitcoms that we all grew up on, how about if we members of Generation Jones gang up together and try to get my husband and I to the top of the heap. We have another week to vote. If we don't get past this first round, then oh well, at least we've had fun. But I think it would be interesting to see what happens when Tony Nelson and Samantha Stevens actually gang up together. I also compare this to one of my I Love Lucy schemes that I've done throughout the course of my life. I have stomped grapes, but I'm thinking specifically of Lucy Writes a Novel. And I've always kind of lived my life in the way of I Love Lucy because she tried all kinds of wacky things to get attention. What I didn't consider until just yesterday is the fact that she was never really successful in those wacky schemes. So maybe I am really living my life like Lucy, which is okay with me because honestly, Lucille Ball is awesome. And all of those classic sitcom actors and actresses that I grew up with feel like personal friends. So I don't mind playing around and pretending that maybe for a little while I could be like them. I don't know that we would be as successful as the Brady Bunch was when they won the amateur hour. And I don't know what kind of shenanigans would actually get us to the top of the heap. But I figured I'd just put out the call to my fellow members of Generation Jones to see if you might be willing to help us out here a little bit because, like I said, we have another week. If we don't get past this round, that's cool, but at least we've had a good time. And I'm thinking of fond memories of some of my favorite shows growing up. And if you are also a fellow member of Generation Jones and you've stumbled across this video, please let me know down in the comments. What was your favorite TV show? Did you spend a lot of your afternoons watching those blocks of classic shows? Did you watch Saturday morning cartoons followed by classic movies? I really loved the Abbott and Costello series, especially things like Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy or Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Those were all really fun. So I have very fond memories of growing up as a kid in the Generation Jones era. And I hope you did as well, because all of those long summer days out in the sunshine, just running around doing whatever you kind of felt like doing because your parents wanted you out of the house, that was awesome. Going to the park. I used to go horseback riding, bicycle riding. We would collect cans and take them to the recycling center to get pennies so we could buy ourselves candy or something. It was all fun, really good times. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this competition because it reminded me of doing those wacky things as a kid because I never won any popularity contests in school. I was always one of the kids that was picked last for the teams in PE, which, that's fine. But I had fun, and I hope you did as well. So if you are a member of Generation Jones and you've stumbled across this video, I hope you will consider voting for us. Like I said, I will put the link down in the description box below. And like I said, if you could buy a few votes, that would be awesome. You would be supporting a couple of worthy causes, a regional food bank, as well as Oceana, which is a preservation society that is trying to protect the Earth's oceans. So it really is a good cause. And I know there are a lot of worthy couples competing in this competition, and there may be other members of Generation Jones who are competing, but you know, that's what makes it interesting. We never know who might rise to the top. And with a week left to go, like I said, we're currently in 7th place. We were in 1st place for about 2 minutes when voting first opened because I got on the computer right away and voted for us. And I literally think it was all of 2 minutes before we started dropping in the rankings. We do have some good friends who have been voting for us, and we appreciate that, but we need to spread the net a little bit wider. So that's why I'm making that call to my fellow members of Generation Jones. So please, if you're so inclined, go out, check on the link, vote for us. Remember, you can do it once within a 24-hour period. So voting opened at 10 a.m. Pacific time on July 6th. So I have been voting every day at 10 a.m. It will not allow you to vote again until after that 24 hours has passed, though I think that might be different if you are donating. I think it's only the free vote that's within the 24-hour period. I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, if you are a fellow member of Generation Jones and you've stumbled across this video, hi. The other thing you could do to support my husband and I, if you have not been here before, we are both writers and we write in a variety of genres. We are currently co writing another romance. This will be our second in a series called Queens and Consorts. So if that doesn't make us America's favorite couple, I don't know what does. But if you're not inclined to support us by voting and helping us to maybe get into the top 20 of the competition, if you would like to check out our books, you can go to our website at www.carsonhume.com and you can find all of our books and information on there. We do 2 podcasts together, the CC and JT Amateur Hour, which is an award-winning podcast, and we do the Nevada Author Network in conjunction with Sierra Arts Foundation here in Northern Nevada, where we interview members of the Sierra Arts literary community. So we're both retirees from public service. We worked for Nevada state government for many years, and we're having a good time in our retirement by doing things like entering these random contests. And I will admit that I'm the one that entered us. My husband is being a little bit curmudgeonly about the whole thing, but he's being a good sport and going along with me. So if you do follow this YouTube channel, you may see more videos about the competition where I may get him involved as well. We're thinking about some other ways of trying to promote ourselves because a week to go, who knows what we can manage. But I do hope that you are having a wonderful day. I hope that if you've stumbled across this video, you decide to stick around. It would be fun to have you join our little group. I don't have a lot of followers just yet, but I'm hopeful that maybe someday I'll have a bigger community. And the people I do interact with who follow me are awesome people. So it would be fun to join them as well. Just you can chat with them maybe in the comment section. I do have a person who comments regularly, Lisa. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always happy to see your comments. And if you want to follow along and maybe chat with Lisa, you can check out the comments on these videos. I do have a series of playlists going. I'm doing daily videos for the Life of a Writer 2026, and I have been doing that since January 1st of this year. I have done shorts a few days, but most of them have been longer form videos, so you can follow along on that. I'm doing an America's favorite couple playlist right now, which this will be a part of. I'm also doing playlists regarding different types of writing. So my fast drafting, my work in progress, my editing, my work in progress. I'm going to be doing some videos about book releases coming up because I have another book coming out in October. I just released one about a week or 2 ago. So there's a lot going on this channel. If you are a reader or a writer, you might enjoy following along. And who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the year. But I plan to continue posting these videos daily, at least until New Year's Eve, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what will happen in 2027. I may cut back and do more polished videos, or I may continue doing the daily ones because I've been really enjoying checking in on a daily basis. It helps to keep me accountable in what I'm doing, and it's something for me to look back on so I can remember what I did on a particular day, since as we get older, we all know sometimes the short-term memories just kind of vanish into thin air, just in a puff of smoke like Jeannie did. Anyway, I thank you for joining me. I hope you are having a wonderful day and week so far, and I will chat with you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.